Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're tackling one of those financial topics that can feel a bit like a maze: retirement savings. We're going to clarify two popular options people often confuse: the Roth IRA and the Roth 401k. Think of this as your, let's say, express lane to really understanding these accounts, and maybe why they're your golden ticket to a tax-free retirement.
That's right. Our mission today really is to cut through all the jargon, explain exactly what these accounts are, how they differ, and most importantly, help you figure out which one, or maybe even both, might be the perfect fit for your own financial situation and, your future goals.
Okay, and before we get too deep, let's nail down this core idea of Roth. It really hinges on when you paid the tax man. So, unlike traditional accounts where you get a tax break now and pay taxes later, Roth means you fund these accounts with money you've, already paid taxes on after tax dollars.
Right. No upfront deduction.
Exactly. But here's the kicker, the big perk: that money grows completely tax-free. And when you take it out in retirement, usually after 59 and a half, those withdrawals also completely tax-free.
It's huge.
So that tax-free growth and withdrawal, that's the real power here. We're talking potentially saving tens, maybe hundreds of thousands in future taxes.
It's absolutely a game changer. I mean, imagine being 70, finally retired, and every single dollar you pull from that account is yours. No tax bill attached. That peace of mind, well, it's pretty invaluable. And it shows why getting this upfront tax thing is so key.
Okay, let's unpack this then. We hear Roth 401k and Roth IRA. The 401k part, that's just a section of the tax code, right, for employer plans.
Yep, employer-sponsored retirement plans.
And IRA.
Just stands for individual retirement account. Simple as that.
And the Roth prefix, like we said, that just signals a tax advantage: after tax in, tax-free out later.
That's the fundamental piece. So while both let you invest after-tax dollars for that tax-free growth and withdrawal, the crucial difference is how you access them. The Roth 401k, that's through your employer, whereas the Roth IRA, that's something you set up yourself individually with a bank or broker. And it's worth noting, the Roth 401k idea came about in 2001, really got going around 2006.
Right. Okay. So if the basic Roth advantage is the same tax-wise, where do they really start to differ? What's like the first big fork in the road someone needs to know about?
I'd say the first major one is income limits. This is critical for a lot of folks. The Roth 401k has no income limits for participating. None at all.
Really? So anyone whose employer offers one can contribute no matter how much they make?
Exactly. High earner, low earner, doesn't matter for the 401k.
Okay, but I'm guessing the Roth IRA is different there.
Very different. Roth IRAs do have income limits. For 2025, if you're single, you can make a full contribution only if your MGI is under $150,000. For married couples filing jointly, it's under $236,000.
Okay. And there's a phase out.
Yeah, eligibility phases out completely if you're single and make $165,000 or more, or if you're married making $246,000 or more. So this is where it gets, really interesting for high earners. Those limits can be a roadblock.
Wow. Okay. That income difference is huge. It really changes who can even use a Roth IRA directly. So income is one thing. What about how much money you can actually put in each year?
Good question. The contribution limits are also quite different. For Roth 401k in 2025, you can put in up to $23,500.
$23,500. Okay.
Yeah, and if you're 50 or over, there's a catch-up contribution, another $7,500 on top of that. So that brings it up to $31,000 for many folks aged 50, 59, or 64 plus. And there's an even bigger catch-up for those aged 60, 63, an extra $11,250.
Whoa, that's a lot you can potentially save. How does the Roth IRA compare?
Much lower. For a Roth IRA in 2025, the limit is $7,000, or $8,000 if you're 50 or over. Big difference, right? The 401k lets you stash away significantly more each year. One key rule for both, though: your contributions can't be more than your actual earned income for the year.
Got it. So, okay, we've put the money in. It's grown tax-free, hopefully. Now retirement comes. How easy is it to get the money out? Are the withdrawal rules different too?
Oh yeah, definitely different. This is about withdrawal rules and flexibility. With a Roth IRA, there's a really nice feature for your original contributions. You can actually pull those out anytime, any age, any reason, no penalty.
Really? Your own contributions?
Your own contributions, yes. It's pretty flexible for emergencies or, other big needs. But the earnings on those contributions, that's different. Withdraw earnings before age 59 and a half, and you'll typically face a 10% penalty, plus income tax on the earnings if the account isn't qualified yet. Though there are exceptions, like for a first home purchase or education costs.
Okay, so contributions flexible, earnings less so before 59 and a half. What about the Roth 401k?
Generally more restrictive. For Roth 401ks, both your contributions and the earnings are usually locked in until you hit 59.5. Take money out early, and you're looking at that same 10% penalty, generally speaking. But like the IRA, there are exceptions. Things like death, disability, or interestingly, if you leave your job in the year you turn 55 or later. That's a key one.
Okay. That's a major difference in flexibility, especially having access to those Roth IRA contributions. Now, we've talked a lot about what we put in, but what about employer money? The match. How does that work with a Roth 401k? Does it even apply to an IRA?
Great point. Let's talk employer contributions investing. Your employer can absolutely offer a match on your Roth 401k contributions. It's quite common. There's a big overall limit to your contributions, plus the employers can't exceed $70,000 in 2025 before catch-ups.
70,000. Okay. And is that match money Roth too? Meaning tax-free later?
Well, traditionally, no. The employer match usually went into a traditional 401k account, pre-tax, meaning you'd owe taxes on that match money and its earnings when you withdrew it down the road.
So even that free money had a future tax string attached.
Exactly. But there's been a big change recently thanks to the Secure 2.0 Act. Heard of that?
Vaguely, yes. Major retirement legislation.
Right. Secure 2.0 now gives employers the option to put their matching contributions directly into your Roth 401k.
Oh, so the match could be Roth now?
It can be if your employer chooses to offer it that way. If they do, you'd effectively pay tax on that match up front, just like your own Roth contributions.
Right.
But then totally tax-free in retirement, growth, and withdrawals.
That's fantastic. Investing. How long do you have to wait for that match money to be truly yours?
Another Secure 2.0 win here. If your employer does make those matches as Roth contributions, they have to be immediately vested, 100% yours from day one.
Wow, no waiting period. That removes a big hurdle.
It does. Now compare that to the Roth IRA. Since it's individual, generally no employer matches. It's all on you. Though, quick side note, a few newer brokers like Robinhood or Webull are offering small IRA matches, maybe 1-3%. Kind of a rare thing, though. And those don't count toward your IRA contribution limit.
Interesting. Okay, so beyond the money side, what about the actual investing? How much control do you get? Can I buy like individual stocks in these?
Good question on investment flexibility. And here, the Roth IRA usually comes out ahead. Because it's your individual account, you're typically not restricted to just a handful of funds chosen by your employer. You can often invest in a much wider range of things. Individual stocks, bonds, ETFs, mutual funds, sometimes even alternative assets like gold, maybe real estate through REITs, ESG funds, or, depending on the custodian, even cryptocurrencies.
Wow, okay. Lots of options. And the 401k?
The Roth 401k is usually more limited. You'll typically get a menu of options selected by your employer. Often it's a decent selection of mutual funds and ETFs, and sometimes the fees within a 401k plan can be lower due to scale. But yeah, definitely less choice than most IRAs offer.
Makes sense. One last technical bit I hear about RMDs. Required minimum distributions. Do Roth accounts have those?
Another great advantage. No. Neither Roth IRAs nor Roth 401ks have required minimum distributions for the original owner.
So you don't have to start taking money out at a certain age like you do with traditional accounts.
Exactly. Unlike traditional IRAs and 401ks where you generally have to start withdrawals in your 70s, with Roth accounts you can let that money keep growing tax-free for your entire life if you want, or pass it on to heirs tax-free. Huge benefit.
Okay, we've laid out all the differences: income, contributions, withdrawals, matches, investments, RMDs. So now, the big question for you listening: how do you actually choose? Which one, or maybe both, is right for you?
Yeah, that's the core decision, isn't it? And it really boils down to looking at your personal circumstances. Let's maybe hit 3 key areas. First, think about your annual income.
Right, we talked about those Roth IRA limits. So for high earners, is the Roth 401k the main play, or did you mention another way around that?
Well, for high earners, the Roth 401k is often very attractive. No income limits, higher contribution limits, makes sense. But if you're over the income limit for a direct Roth IRA contribution, there's this strategy called the backdoor Roth IRA.
The backdoor Roth. Okay, explain that. It sounds a bit sneaky. Is it allowed?
It sounds sneaky, but it's perfectly legal and actually quite common. It's just a workaround. Basically, if your income's too high for a direct Roth IRA contribution, you contribute to a traditional IRA first. There are no income limits on making traditional IRA contributions, only on deducting them. Then almost immediately you convert that traditional IRA contribution into a Roth IRA.
So you put money in one door, then move it through another door to get it into the Roth.
Pretty much. You'll likely owe income tax on the converted amount if you took a deduction or a GRU, but it gets the money into the Roth structure. It's a fantastic way for high earners to still access those tax-free Roth benefits. Needs careful handling, maybe with professional advice, but very powerful.
Good to know. Okay, so income is factor one. What's the next big consideration?
Number two is your employment status and sort of your future plans with your current job.
Yeah.
If you think you might leave your employer fairly soon, maybe a Roth IRA holds more appeal.
Why's that?
Well, you avoid potential 401k plan fees, which can sometimes be higher. You get that full investment flexibility immediately, and you don't have to deal with the hassle of rolling over a 401k when you leave. Plus, thinking about that match money again, if it's a traditional match with vesting, leaving early could mean forfeiting some of it. So if you are getting a match in your Roth 401k, especially one that needs time to vest, you really want to try and stay until it's fully yours.
Right. Don't leave free money on the table if you can help it. Okay, and the third factor.
Your investment preferences. How hands-on do you want to be? If you crave control, want access to almost anything, individual stocks, specific niche funds, whatever the Roth IRA probably wins. You're the boss.
Payable control.
Yeah. But if you're comfortable with a more curated list of options, maybe good quality, low-cost funds selected by your employer, and you like the simplicity of having it managed through work, maybe with potentially lower institutional fees, then the Roth 401k could be perfectly fine or even preferable. It's about your comfort level with choice versus convenience.
Makes sense. So, hearing all this, a question just pops into my head, and I bet listeners are wondering too. Can you have both? A Roth IRA and a Roth 401k? Or is it strictly one or the other?
Oh, absolutely, you can have both. And honestly, for many people, that's a really smart approach.
Okay, so how would that work best?
General rule of thumb. If your employer offers a match on the Roth 401k, contribute at least enough to get the full match first.
Yeah.
That's free money. You don't want to miss it, especially now with immediate vesting potentially available for Roth matches under Secure 2.0. That's a no-brainer.
Get the match first. Got it.
Then, once you've maxed out the match, if you still have money you want to save for retirement, you could then contribute to a Roth IRA up to its limit, assuming you're under the income cap. This gives you the best of both worlds, the employer match and the investment flexibility of the IRA.
Nice. Okay, one last practical question. What if you have a Roth 401k and then you change jobs? Is that money stuck at the old company?
Thankfully, no, it's not stuck. Portability is pretty straightforward. You can absolutely roll over your Roth 401k from your old employer directly into a Roth IRA.
Without taxes or penalties?
Correct. Roth 401k to Roth IRA is generally a tax-free, penalty-free rollover. It's a great way to consolidate accounts, maybe escape higher fees from the old plan, and keep all your Roth savings together under your direct control.
Excellent. Okay, so let's wrap this up. To recap our deep dive today, both Roth IRAs and Roth 401ks are really powerful tools. That tax-free growth and withdrawal in retirement is incredible, but they're definitely not identical. Key differences in, well, income limits you can even contribute.
Right, and how much you can contribute each year. Those limits are quite different.
Yeah, and the rules for getting your money out, especially early. Big difference there.
Don't forget employer involvement, the match, the vesting, those new Secured 2.0 rules.
And finally, how much control you have over your actual investments. Lots to consider.
Absolutely. And understanding these differences, that's really the key to taking control of your financial future. So when you're making the choice, really think about your income now versus later, your job situation, how comfortable you are picking investments. There isn't one single right answer for everyone, but knowing this stuff lets you tailor the decision to you.
Couldn't agree more. And maybe here's a final thought for you to chew on. We've talked about Roth IRAs and Roth 401ks, but what other strategies could you combine with these? And how might future changes in tax laws, like we saw with Secure 2.0, continue to shape how these powerful tools work? Lots to think about. And as always, talking to a licensed financial professional for personalized advice is never a bad idea. That's all for this deep dive.